All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SimRace South Africa. We're here on Monday night for a very special event, and this is our finale. It's me, Alan Paterson. I'm in the booth with my good friend Nick. Nick, how are you, sir?
Very good evening, Alan, and fantastic as always to be here tonight. Very much looking forward to the final round of this GP season at Paul Ricard, a fairly new to the F1 calendar. Of course, many testing sessions have been run here over the years. Quite a controversial track in terms of safety. You know, we've got these blue and red stripes all over the track that I'm sure we'll see.
Yes.
But yeah, very interesting track to drive. Huge straight, a huge back straight. We will watch these guys in the race. Really watch out for the slipstream. I think it's going to catch out a few people. When I was running tests this afternoon, I was finding that DRS, which remember we don't have for the series, but effectively what that does is simulate a draft, and that was giving me an extra 15 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
Down that straight. So, yeah, it really makes a huge difference, and I think we may see a move or two during the race tonight.
Yeah, without a question. I did a little bit of research just to prep for tonight's race. This thing in effect is 1.8 kilometers in a straight line from beginning to end, 1.1 miles. So they're wide open, full taps for, almost 2 kilometers worth. And as you say, once they're up to speed, which is going to be within the first 200-300 meters, anybody that's nearby or in the near vicinity of a leading car is going to be sucked through the hole that the leading car is making, and is going to inherit a heap of speed with the lack of wind resistance up that straight, for sure.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, I've got to be honest, when you're hot lapping on your own, it's incredibly boring just to be sitting at bouncing off the rev limiter. But I tell you what, in the race, it's really going to provide some excitement. And the other thing we're going to have to watch out is this track's actually quite tricky. It's pretty technical. Lots of different styles of corners all the way around.
Yes.
And the curbs, while some of them can be used and abused, they are going to come back and bite you if you're not careful. There really is a finesse to this track that we'll see some people have really got. Expect somebody like Jacques Boerter. He's going to be looking at pole tonight, I'd suspect. We saw him dip into the into the high 42s, 1 minute 42, and that really is flying. That really is flying.
Yeah, in fact, he was the only one to sub the 43s. So as you say, it's very quick. Right, so just some quick updates for tonight. Our weather, it's midday race today, 23 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy, high of 33 degrees, low of 31 degrees, track temperature and air temperature 24, and we got a bit of wind here, so that might also take into account, and I'm not sure the direction based on the track layout. It's northwest, so I can't give you info on that. The track map, as you can see, this extremely long, the Mistral Straight as it's known, 1.8 kilometers. So the track divided up into 3 clear sectors, some high speed, some sharp little tight corners, and then some high speed sections. And it's going to require a nice middle setup to deal with all of these corners and high speed straights, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'll see as we go on board with some of these guys just why so many race teams around the world use the Paul Ricard as a test circuit, because it just has a little bit of everything. You can test your car through the tight twisty stuff, through the fast flowing stuff, on down a long straight. It's all there for them.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so with just under 10 minutes, we're into the 9-minute 45s left of quali, and as you so rightly said, Jacques Botha up in the top of the timing sheets, a 1:43.5. He's still got a lot of room to move based on what we saw in practice, but he's there, and no one else at the moment's in the 43s if we look at the times.
Yeah, I will expect a few drivers to be jumping into the 43s. We certainly saw that in HLQ, and as I see a lot more drivers getting into the 44s now. We've got Conor Breed, Marius Skuman, and Janssen van Rensburg all in the 44s currently. But I think we'll see a few more jumping in there soon.
Yep. Also, as usual, I'd like to welcome everybody to our live YouTube stream. We've got a pile of people already, over 30 people watching. Fragzilla's there, good evening. Neil Berger, hello Neil. Tony Wilkinson, Sharon Skuman, good evening to you. Martin Lee Cumming, Martin Jabir, how's it Martin? Louis Andre Steinberg, Philip Minard, Tyrone Intfeld, Philip Minard, Jude Peter, etc. Welcome, glad to have you all on board. Courtesy of our own resident alien, Mr. Nick Hodgson, we've got the usual live in-car video of a lap round Paul Ricard, which we're going to show now while we're in qualifying. So
hopefully they'll just give you a quick idea as to what this track is like and a one lap pace.
Exactly. Okay, so stand by. We're going to run this video right now.
Okay, everybody, welcome on board a flying lap of Paul Ricard. Reasonable qualifying lap. Expect the guys to do much better than this lap, but it'll give you a good idea of what to expect. 50 marker, brake into the left hand to keep the car tight. Try not to slide it, but use a little bit of a curb, and I found going out to the left there didn't give me too much of a performance boost, so I did not do it. Funny little straight that, but as we go into this 50 marker, clip the curb, but try not to unsettle the car. You see how I did not get over to the left hand side quick enough, meant I locked up my brakes. I didn't get a good exit through that right-hander, but keep it tight here. You've got to keep it tight through here to get the best slingshot onto the main straight. Now, as we go down this back straight, you'll see my speed climb and climb and climb, but remember, we do not have DRS in this series, absolutely no DRS. So you're going to see my speed top out at around 275 k's an hour, when actually 285 is at least what you can get with DRS wide open. As we come into this right-hander, it's an absolute flat-out balls to the wall corner. Keep the throttle pinned, and as we come into this corner, you really got to try and manage the car. You see how I slide the car there? That is not good. You don't want to do that. You don't want to scrub off speed that way. But slingshot the car through the next corner. This left-hander is somewhat of a disappointment corner. You need to try and keep the car away from that curb. It does unsettle it a little bit. Doesn't seem to help on the acceleration. As we come into the last couple of corners for the lap, really try and keep it tight there so you can get the best possible drive out of the last corner. I really struggled there, had to go down into first, but as we go across the line, we do a 1:45 dead, and that gives you a reasonable idea of a qualifying lap, Paul Ricard.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Alan. Not a problem at all. Obviously, you know, I'm not in this series, so I don't get too much time to put in a really fast lap. But it should give you a kind of idea. So if that 45.0s would put me, if I was in this race, at about
Yes.
7th or 8th. So you know, guys like Jacques Botha really have a huge amount on that even. So I hope it gave you a flavor. But yeah, still lots more to come from these guys.
Definitely. Right, so just going on 5 minutes to go. We've still got Jacques Botha out in the only driver in 43.3s. Actually, he's gone quicker now. But we do have Marius Skuman down in the 44.0s. Corne Breed's up, Duggan's up, and Lionel Clue. And then to add, I've got a couple of... okay, that's not good. I just got kicked out of the server here. I hope that server's still running.
It's still running for me.
Okay, then it's a me. Let me just rejoin quickly.
I didn't see anything saying that anybody had left.
Yeah, there goes the live stream that you'll see. So hang on a
Oh
second.
yes.
Coming back in now, so bear with me.
No
That
problem.
was interesting. Sorry guys, a little bit of a glitch. Okay, there we go. I'm back in. Okay, all seems normal. That must have been a me thing. I don't know why. What I wanted to say and raise is we have some interesting new people. Firstly, we've got Dirk Brand that's bumped up from Division 2 into Division 1. And then we have a Mr. Ryan Skywalker for real and a Mr.
It's Graham Stoppel in 6th
That's
place.
him, Graham Stoppel. These are two brand new members. They have joined SimRace South Africa in the last week or 2 weeks. They submitted a join form. Jason got hold of them, all the rest, and they're in and running. And according to HLQ, both of them are well up in the Div 1 times. Apparently, I'm led to believe that Ryan Skywalker is the current leader in another sim race league that runs SRS system or some other system.
Okay, that's
So,
very interesting.
yeah.
It does show you that it's never too late to join SimRace SA.
Exactly.
And, come join us and have some fun. Put your skills to the test. Speaking of, let's do a quick have a look around. I see Jacques Botha 10th up on his best at the moment, although he is encountering a little bit of traffic here. Marius Skuman also looking to improve, not quite up as yet, but very close to his delta.
I've got Gerard Pretorius half a second up, halfway down the Mistral Straight.
Oh yes.
So he should improve if he gets this round to the start finish line. And we got 2.5 minutes left. YouTubers, Jude Peter, hi again. Mike McGear, welcome again. Craig Hunter and Rogero Fernandez, good evening. Thanks for joining us and welcome to SimRace South Africa's live YouTube feed of this, the final of what is this round? Round 2.
I think it is round 2. Interestingly, two drivers I'd like to highlight, Jan Spammers and Ryan de Azevedo in 14th and 15th. These guys that we have seen running right at the sharp end of the field. Ryan just improving there to a 45.4. But the competition really heating up at the moment. As I say, I'm very surprised we haven't seen more 43s.
Yeah.
I really thought we were going to see a raft of drivers into the 43s.
Hero Pretorius bumped up from 7th up to 5th with that lap time, so he did improve.
44.5. And I mean, it is very close. Despite me being slightly surprised we didn't see more 43s, it is very close. I mean, you look 44.0, then a 44.2, 44.5, 5, 7, 8, 9, and then we get to the 45s. And even then, it just, there's tenths of a second here are jumping you multiple positions at this stage.
Exactly.
And on such a long lap as well. It's I don't want to say it's easy to find it, but we're not at Interlagos where there's a few corners and suddenly you're back around again.
Yep. Okay, I've just hooked up to Stephen Sparks, currently in 11th, and he is at the end of Mistral, and he's 3/10 up on his delta. So we'll watch him try and get it round to the start-finish line as he goes through the last sector, which is quite a technical sector. It's a mix-up of fast and slow corners, so you've got to have your... Oh, I think he ran... No, he's still good there.
Still makes that work somehow. This corner, I hated this corner. It's just understeer central, it feels like. It's just a place... Feels to me just like a place to lose time, as we see him doing exactly that. Yep. This corner... coming tight. You got to keep tight, because this last corner is so easy to get wrong. There, got it wrong. You ran onto running onto those rumble strips slows you down, slows that acceleration down, and it really does have a horrible effect on the car. So really watch out for guys making some mistakes around this track tonight.
I'm just looking for anybody who's up on a time as we go into overtime.
Matthew Boy pops in 6th position, right at the death. Improves just over 0.3 of a second. Very well done by him.
Good, good.
Raymond Duggan in 4th place is only 0.2 off his best coming down the Minstrel Straight.
Yeah, no one else is on it. Right, I think that's it.
Okay, it's race time then. So remember, standing start, everybody. These guys are going to be popping back to the pits, loading up their race strategies. Are they going to be running a little bit lower wing for the tow down that Minstrel Straight? Are they going to try and do anything else to get them a little bit more speed? Maybe they're going to go, I don't know, a little bit more conservative. That's something I tend to do in a race. Get a solid setup that I know I'm not going to spin out. Obviously, being Paul Ricard, you know, you got a lot of runoff area, but spinning off is going to cook your tires for sure and lose you a lot of positions.
Definitely. Just watching Raymond Duggan go over the line, he almost got his delta down. He was under a 10th at the end there. So that's it. Quali's done. They're going to come back onto the grid now. Everybody currently in the pits. We'll see them warm, get back onto the grid. There we go. Just get my computers to work properly. Right, there's a nice pretty looking field of cars. I count 22 entries, I think, Nick.
Yes, that seems to be what I see as well.
Good
got Barry
stuff.
Mayer in the YouTube chat saying, how's it? Welcome, Barry.
Hello, Barry.
Really looking forward to this last race. This is going to be a good one. I'm expecting some moves being thrown here. Also,
Sas van der Westhuizen, our other commentator. How's it, Sas? Peter Geldenhuis is there, and Nizar Rahman. He's also a new member who's just been on our Discord channels. Welcome, chap. Enjoy the racing. And we're at 10 seconds. Red lights are almost about to come on, and then we're going to see the start of the race.
Yeah, 6 lights, and then we will be out and racing. Here we go.
Reds, 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 go! Okay, we're away. 45 minutes, and here we go.
Incidents into turn 1.
Oh.
Jacques Boerter losing out there to Marius Skuman, who's tried to go around the outside. Jacques has a better line onto the straight, though, and Skuman has to fall back into 2nd position. As we also see Janssen van Rensburg and Stoppel in the 8th and 9th having a right old battle off the line. Jan Spammers and Grasser as well. Everybody seems to have got away fairly cleanly. Just a lot of positions moving around.
Definitely. 1 or 2 little positions. There is a bit of a hole further back. There's been a lot of changes. Grasser, Sparks, Westhuizen. You can see further back.
I think someone tagged Grasser and that put him around, and then everybody else was into the back of him.
Yeah.
But at the front, Boerter only 0.4 of a second, and Skuman is in his slipstream. Look at this. Look at this. Is he going to make a move? Up the inside.
Down the inside. Easy round the inside, through the apex. They necked it side by side.
This is a tight line. Boerter's got the quicker line around the outside. Is he going to close the door? Gives him enough room and gets the inside to this next left-hander.
That's awesome racing. Guys, a huge respect. Great stuff there.
Yeah, that was proper stuff. So Skuman now really needs to tuck in behind Boerter and maintain until the Minstrel Straight again. Ooh, Boerter's run very wide. Seems to like that line, but I don't know that it was quicker. It's allowed Skuman to close up again, but Boerter's got a great exit as we go over the start-finish line, and that is now lap 1 done, everybody. 43 minutes to go and still a lot of racing. 0.5 of a second between these top 2 guys.
Further back, Clue, Brett, we got a position change there.
Oh, yes.
Lionel Clue's just gone past Brett, and he's made the position stick at the end of the main straight, so good overtaking move. Right at the back, Skywalker, our new entrant. He's gone past Westhuizen and up into 15th, so he's got to find his feet with the new system, the new format of racing and series.
Clue and Duggan. Clue's just taken Duggan. I don't know if they swapped or what happened there, but Duggan's now under massive pressure from Corne Bread and Gerard Pretorius. these guys, if we look on board here with Pretorius in the back of a line of 3, this is going to be interesting.
We're currently on board with Hero Pretorius, halfway up the Mistral Strait. And
Duggan's got very defensive. Look at that. And Breed's going to get past, but will he be able to throw it around the outside? If I was him, I would stick it all the way around the outside here. Oh! That was brave, my friend. That was brave.
That's trusting your radar for sure.
Yeah, Duggan backed well off there.
Oh, no. It was a little bit of a tag on Pretorius, I think.
I think that was... Yeah, Duggan should have realized he was going to come back in there, but... Anyway, off we go. Stoppel now is all the way up to 6th position. Graham Stoppel,
yep,
really showing great race pace at this stage.
And very settled, very stable, very confident with the car.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow, there's busy traffic here, I tell you what. Janssen van Vieren, Stoppel, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. They're all next to each other as we watch Stoppel go over the start-finish line. And behind him, Boy, Lindsay Ray, Pretorius, they're all dicing for that position.
Pretorius locked up his brakes going into the first turn, having a little bit of a look at Matthew Boy. Matthew, of course, shutting the door as he should. Yeah, good racing. Definitely good racing. A lot of these guys just waiting for that minstrel straight. Here we go.
Okay, I'm watching Matthew Boy as we go onto the straight. He's sitting in 9th, chasing the tail of Lindsay Ray. And this will give you a good idea of how much of a slipstream he's going to get.
Yeah, he went onto the straight with 0.4 of a second difference between the two of them. It's now down to 0.2. 1.5 tenths.
He's next to
Sails past. Look at that. So now, what's Matthew going to do? Because Lindsay's now, if Lindsay Ray is clever, he should tuck in to the behind of Matthew, but he hasn't done it. Is he going to... Oh, he's not trying to go around the outside.
So this straight is in essence long enough for the overtaker to become the challenger and try and take that move back. That's what you're saying.
Well, that's certainly what I would try.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't give it up because it seems like, you know, 2/3 of the way down the straight, if not before, the guy's passed you. So
true.
Tuck back in, see what happens. As I say, like it's when I was testing with DRS, it was a 15 km/h difference between using DRS and not. Matthew Boy locked up going into the last corner. That's really set him Lindsay Ray up for a move on Matthew here. He's only 0.2 behind. Is he going to throw it up the inside or go around the outside? Matthew's gone very defensive. Good move from Matthew there. What's going to happen? Into turn 1 though, Lindsay Ray not a problem at all. Matthew locking up a little bit.
And everyone tank slapping behind them.
Yeah. Really good battles happening here. Oh, Pretorius locking up heavily. We've seen him lock up a couple of times now, bringing Ryan de Azevedo into the mix here. If Ryan gets a good, slowed down a little bit too much, but if he gets a good run on here, he could have a great run.
Okay, watching Jan Spammers now as he chases Stoppel up the Mistral Straight, and we should see an overtake happen based on what happened previously.
Tell you what, Jan has done exceptionally well in the race so far. I mentioned how far down he was in qualifying compared to what I was expecting from Jan. He's had a great season so far. And trying to go around the outside, not happening. That's okay. Taking that wider line, cut in, because then you can get on the power a little bit earlier. Taking a very wide line into this left-hander. It does seem to work for him. Really seems to work for Jan.
Yep.
All over that gearbox of Stoppel. But Graham Stoppel keeping his line, holding his nerve. That's fantastic from the new Sim Race SA entrant.
He's doing well.
Jacques Porter just setting the fastest lap of the race at a 44.0. I'm not sure what tires is everyone running there.
So Jacques Porter is on hards, as is Jan Spammers, Brent Lindsay Ray, Matthew Boy, Gerard Pretorius, Ryan de Azevedo. Marco Grassa and Iakopa Momegi, Ryan Skywalker. It's pretty much 50-50 then, if you...
Between hards and mediums.
Yeah, so second place, Marius Skuman, Corne Briet, Lionel Clue, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth are all on mediums. Only Jacques on hards, and then seventh, Jan Spammers backwards is all on hards, back down to a couple of drivers, Dirk Brand and Raymond Duggan.
I tell you what, that's going to be interesting to see how those mediums hold up. I mean, you know, down the long straights, they've got plenty of time to cool off.
Yes.
But what the wear rate is like, I'm not sure. Stoppel all over the back of Janssen van Rensburg. He slips out to take the normal line. Janssen has gone very defensive. Not too much what he can do about it, but he will have the inside here. Hang in there, Janssen van Rensburg. You can make it work, but actually, it looks like Stoppel has run wide. He's run wide.
Oh, he did run wide.
Janssen van Rensburg the position back.
Sure.
They're never quite out of it with that, with those sort of two long right-handers.
Going back to Matthew Boy and Pretorius, they just changed positions. There's three guys here. Lindsay Ray, Boy and Pretorius, they're all over each other as they come through the last sector. Oh, Pretorius around the outside of Matthew Boy. Everyone now pulls back in line as they go into the start-finish straight.
Pretorius carrying so much more speed through the last corner.
Exactly.
Almost ran into the back of Boy. Had to really back off, and unfortunately that's now lost him time to Matthew, but at least they didn't tag.
Nick, I saw this in qualifying, and I've just seen it now with that camera shot. They all come belting down the pit wall side of the straight, and the pit lane exit comes straight out in front of them. And I did see one or two cars come out on the pit lane, and there was almost a collision with the guys coming down the main straight.
Yeah, so we'll have to watch out what happens in the pit stop
Definitely.
phase. Anybody pitting early that comes out into traffic is really going to have a problem, and they need to watch out to rejoin safely. So personally, I would want the comfort of a little bit of a longer run. So you could see that's why the guys on hards are on hards. Maybe we see a split strategy, hard, medium. I'm not sure. I've always loved the way the hards hold up and how much grip they do actually give. As I'm looking on board with Ryan Duggan as Dirk Brand goes sailing past him on the middle straight, and in fact gets two. He's going to get two positions. How's that for a slingshot?
Wow. I'll tell you what, we're on the helicopter looking straight down in them, and Ryan Duggan almost drove into the back of Oosthuizen. That's how fast they caught the approaching car. So Dirk has jumped 2 places in that on that straight.
Wow, that was impressive. That really was impressive. I mean, I've
Sure.
been predicting a slingshot. I didn't quite expect that, I tell you what.
And Raymond Duggan is trying hard. Is with Jovan Oosthuizen. He's also one of the new guys, I believe. And him and Ryan Skywalker are running running matching liveries as he runs very wide onto the main straight.
Yeah, he does, but that's going to then bring Duggan into play. Oosthuizen's at least got the inside line, but we've seen that didn't help with Matthew Boy. And is it all... That is tight. That is tight. Oosthuizen running. Stoppel has got past Spammers, who's now...
There are 3 of them next to each other here.
I can't even tell. This is incredible.
Yeah, Stoppel. We're watching him as he goes around the outside. Janssen van Vieren... And
Spammers has thrown it up the inside. Is he going to make it stick? He has made it stick.
It's going off here, really.
Yeah, Stoppel was clever there. I think he saw the dive bomb and realized if he turned in, that was going to be a real problem for them both. So he's backed off to live another day.
Shame, I just got message from old Craig Hunter. He was talking to us in driver's briefing, and load shedding turned on at 8:05. So Craig Hunter's out, unfortunately.
Yeah, that really is unfortunate. I see Jude Stewart in the chat asking if it's clean. Yep, it's been pretty clean so far tonight, Jude. We've only seen a couple of little incidents.
Duggan is going backwards. He's third from the back. Duggan's had a huge moment somewhere. He's lost 10 positions.
Goodness, we have missed that on camera. Andy Walbolt and Skywalker having an absolute battle. Here we go into turn 1. Skywalker tries to outbrake him, does so very nicely. very nicely.
That was a great pass.
Yeah, got his breaking point absolutely spot on. As we see, Spam is now up into 5th. Although we're going onto the main straight, so Stoppel and Janssen van Rensburg, if they can stop squabbling between the two of them, can really put a challenge on Spammers. I mean, I tell you what, Spammers has done superb so far this race.
He has. But just behind him, these guys are not giving up.
No, they are absolutely wheel to wheel.
They're next to each other here.
Yeah, Janssen van Rensburg going to try and throw it around the outside. Stoppel up the inside. What's going to happen? Stoppel gets it easily. Is he going to run wide? He hasn't run wide. It's his braking markers. Oh, I tell you who, Janssen van Rensburg is running a little wide. It's worked for him though. Stoppel really got that wrong. We saw it once before. I think it was Stoppel as well.
Yeah, it's the same 3.
Don't worry, they'll be back for more. As behind them, Pretorius Boy and Lindsay Ray. We've got these clumps of 3 cars.
Exactly.
That just won't leave each other alone.
No, but I think Lindsay Ray and them, that bunch of 3 are actually catching up to these guys as they're racing at the end of the straight. So Matthew Boy is right there. If you look back, we'll go to that camera view. Pretorius is right under the wing of Matthew Boy. So they will all eventually become involved in this dice just ahead of them as well.
So Peter Geldenhuis is asking on the pit lane exit. So the pit exit has a line going out. You stay inside the line, right? Yeah. So as you exit, you have to stay within the line.
Yeah.
But if you're on track, can you cut into the pit lane exit? And my understanding is yes, you can. But I don't know the intricacies of it all.
Well, unless there's a car there. I mean, if you're coming out the pits and you're on the right-hand side of that line, the correct place to be, the guys coming down the straight have to go past around the left-hand side.
Yeah, correct. They would. Obviously, otherwise there'd be a massive accident, and there isn't much you can do about that. So basically, both parties have to be pretty wide awake.
Yep.
If you've come out of the pits and somebody, you've come out with plenty of time, everybody involved will see it, and the guy closing in on you is just going to be a bit slower on that lap. But where the risk is coming out the pits as somebody's coming past. That's
exactly
where the big risk is.
We'll just jump back to a neck and neck timing delta for Duggan, who's now driving back from whatever moment he had, and him and Andy Walbolt are next to each other as they come out of the back of the main back straight. So Duggan's on a drive back. He had a huge problem here somewhere, and this is what dropped him 10 positions.
I wonder if he's got a little bit of damage as well. Could be.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Anyway, watching him as he follows Andy round, he closes in as they come to the tight hairpins onto the start-finish straight. And right behind is also Stephen Sparks looking for some of this action.
Yeah, I'm really impressed so far, the racing that these guys have shown. As we've got to our first pit entry, Grasser. Marco Grasser's into the pits. Very early. Well, actually, no, that's not too early. 28 minutes left to go, so he's done a short stint, and is now going to be doing a bit of a longer stint. It'll be interesting to see what tyres he's gone onto.
Raymond Duggan's gone past, but I'll tell you what, Stephen Sparks and Andy Walbolt almost into each other there, coming out of the first sector, and as they bleed down now onto the last 2 hairpins going onto the long straight, these 3 are... Duggan's managed to get a gap, but these 3 are still very close. Andy Walbolt slides it onto the back straight, and Stephen Sparks is going to have a run on him.
It's very interesting. Our fearless leader, Jason, has said, guys leaving the pits have right of way. So you are effectively correct, Alan, in saying that. Oh!
Yes.
Just pulls out.
Just makes it.
Goodness me.
He took a bit of the paint job off the back of that gearbox as he went out. Down the inside, but Andy's holding on. All right, he pulls in back behind him.
And I tell you what, we've got... Let's see, we've got Ryan de Azevedo, Gerard Pretorius, Brent Lindsay Ray, Matthew Boy, and Graham Stoppel, all so close to each other.
Oh, Brent Lindsay Ray and Gerard Pretorius, they're all on top of each other right now. We watch Ryan de Azevedo.
Large in the mirrors. Ryan's coming down the
Yep.
inside.
Oh!
He's giving it horns. He's made it stick. Good move. Oh, he's run a bit wide.
We've seen that in the background because right ahead of them is Lindsay Ray trying to not run into the back of Matthew Boyd.
Yeah, who went super wide as well. Oh, that's a diving move, and Gerard Pretorius goes up the inside for. Oh, no, that was always going to end badly. That was going to end. But I think what happened there was Ryan was not impressed with the dive move of Gerard and said, right, if you can do it, I can do it as well.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that corner was not the one to try it.
See, yeah, I did catch that on the replay. So we're just watching Matthew Boy and Brent Lindsay Ray come down. They take the left, right, and we can see in the background there's Aveda and Gerard Pretorius swap positions, and then that's a dive bomb, and he collects his back rear right-hand corner.
Yeah, that was always going to end in tears, unfortunately. Yeah. As I say, the dive bomb from the previous corner, I can understand why he was a little bit annoyed, but at least that one, there was an easy way for him to get out, or Ryan to get out of it. The next corner, there's no getting out of that one.
Exactly. Going back down the grid to Andy Walbolt in 17th, who is half a second back off the back of Steven Sparks, who actually got that overtake done. This is at the moment the closest race on the track.
Well, they are slowly starting to. We've got a spinner.
It's Duggan. Again. It's Raymond Duggan. See, that's probably what happened to him earlier. That's, shame, man.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate because Raymond was having such a good race to start with, and had a good qualifying, all of those things.
Yeah.
Gerard Pretorius now starting to put a little bit of pressure on Lindsay Ray.
Yeah, that's closing up now.
Yeah, 6/10 behind, starting to think about that minstrel straight. Keep it tight through here, get a good exit. That's what you want, good exit. A little bit of a wiggle.
Into cockpit view with Gerard Pretorius.
So he's 7/10 behind. This is gonna, it's unlikely to work out for him, but he will get a little bit of a pull.
I love the wind effects you can hear as they blast up the straight.
Oh,
Here he is, he's closing up. It won't happen this lap, but
he needs to build into this one. I reckon, from what I've been watching, 0.4 of a second, and you've behind, and you've got the move done.
Okay, so that's the kind of ideal gap. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like 0.6 of a second.
Too far.
And you're just a little bit too far back for the draft to really work in your favor.
Got you.
So it's amazing what those 0.2. Oh, we've got Skuman into the pits. Skuman is into the pits, and he actually missed his pit box slightly. So he's not had a good pit stop, but off he goes again. And that's certainly only the second person I've seen into the pits at 23 minutes to go. So most people are running a bit long, and Gerard Pretorius is also into the pits.
Yep. Just looking at Buerta, 11.5 seconds up the road from Corne Briet. I mean, he is just, again, he's in a whole race of his own at the moment.
Yeah, as we see Stoffel and Janssen van Rensburg. Van Rensburg, in fact, took the position from Stoffel. And Stoffel is now going to have a perfect lineup for the Minstrel Straight. Watch this. Let's see.
This is close, behind. Man.
This will be done.
This will be done. Going to cockpit view here with Stoffel. Oh, this will be done before the first chicane, man.
Yeah, but here, if I was Janssen van Rensburg, you'd almost back off, let him pass, and hit the slipstream yourself. Get in the slipstream. There. Follow him.
Good thinking.
Now look at this.
Yeah, and he comes back down the left.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're watching a helicopter view here, but yeah, you saw it happen. As he went round the back of Stoppel, he immediately accelerated and got up next to him again.
Yeah, careful about overshooting this when you're in that slipstream. That's good. That's good. You're going to slingshot back through all over the back of Stoppel now.
Oh, is he? Oh, well held. I thought he had slid. Yeah, that was good.
No, very, very well held. These guys are absolutely on point at the moment. This is bringing Matthew Boy into the mix as well.
Yeah, it is.
Preferring the wider entry before the last corner. Got to tuck it tight. Hasn't tucked it tight enough. Matthew Boy now
Pit lane.
26 of a second.
Yes.
Ooh, who dived into the pits there?
Janssen van Vieren.
Ah, Janssen van Rensburg. Yeah.
Sorry, van Rensburg.
Not a problem. 21 minutes to go.
And Dirk Brandt.
Pits, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so Stoppel's on his own for the moment. And Lindsay Ray now in.
I've got to say, Janssen van Rensburg stopped so quickly. I am struggling to believe that he put any fuel in.
Oh, you mean his actual... Oh, right. So the car was stationary for such a short period, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sparks has stopped in the pits as well. LaRue. So we've got lots and lots of people in the pits now, and I expect a whole bunch more to come into the pits in the end of into this lap or around the 20-minute mark. And we've got Jacques Butter in the lead, 12 seconds in the lead. This man has been imperious so far. His best has been a 43.999, and his last lap was a 44.108. So that just shows you how quick he is. 0.109 off his personal best and fastest of the whole race.
Wow.
Just incredible. And he's in the pit. Jacques in the pits.
Jacques in. I'm just watching Cornet Briet actually as he comes round onto the start-finish line now, because if he was going to try the undercut, he should be pitting now. And he is. Yep, so Cornet's also in.
Okay, Jacques is now...
So Lionel Clue is now leading.
Oh, that was... See who's coming. Jan Spammers and Clue... Oh no, Jacques got himself into excellent clean air at the moment. Cornet Breed in the pits, Boy in the pits
Boy
as well.
in the pits, yeah. Ryan de Azevedo pitting from 8th.
I really do hope that all the new entrants have set up their pit stop strategies and so forth. It's so easy to get caught up with setups and practice and getting this, that, the next thing right, so you can do a really quick lap and then forgetting, oh, guts, I need need some fuel as well, guys.
Raymond Duggan pitting from 11th. Oh, there's a whole lot of position changes happening as people go in and out of the pit. So we'll settle down once everyone's come out and done a whole lap. Watching Ryan de Azevedo has just come out the pits and is on his way.
So Dirkie Swanepoel in the chat is saying, guys, that corner I see you can go off track and it still counts as a good lap. You are correct. There are a couple of corners that this seems to be an allowed thing at Paul Ricard, and from what I can see, it's just an allowed thing. There are certain corners at certain tracks around the world where, and I'm riding on board with Cornet Breed at the moment as he goes through the exact corner we're talking about, where you can go all the way far out to the left and basically put your whole car into the blue and it's still happy with you. It just seems to be the line that everybody is accepting as being okay.
But I don't think it improves your lap time, to be honest, Nick.
What it does do, Alan, is it gives you a straighter line into, because that corner tightens more and more and more, and it gives you a straighter line in the exit and getting the power down for the next part. So it doesn't give you, you're not quicker through that corner, but you're then quicker, I feel, in the later part. So yeah, from what I've seen, it's just an allowed and accepted line at Paul Ricard. Also, as you come through the first two corners, going all the way far left, doesn't seem to bother too much with that as well. Just a part of the track.
So Lionel Clue's just come out of the pits in 4th. So he's pitted and that's it. It's he's got a net 4th. He made up 2 positions.
Yeah, he's done well. Clue's been a bit up and down like a yo-yo today, but not too far. He's kind of gone between 3rd and about 6th this race, but he's now, as you say, in 4th. Jacques Butt, his teammate, I seem to remember. And we've seen him running quite high up for a lot of these races, having a good race today.
And Matthew Boy, 7/10 behind Clara Pretorius as they bomb down onto the long back straight now. He's a little bit too far to make any inroads on this position.
I've got to say that Matthew seems to have lost out in that pit stop phase. I seem to remember running a bit further up, kind of towards Janssen van Rensburg in 7th position. So that's unfortunate for Matthew. I wonder if he had a problem in the pit stops.
Yeah, possibly didn't stop in the right position, but you're right. He was at least 1 or 2 places further up the road.
I feel like Corne Breed's done very well in the pit stop phase as well now, sitting in 3rd position.
Yes.
And trying to close in on Marius Skuman, 3rd position. Only 1.6 seconds between them. We'll be looking to work that down. And actually, Jacques Buerta lost out in the pit stop phase as well. You're gonna laugh at me, but he's
2
only
seconds.
11 seconds.
Yeah.
So he lost about 2 seconds in that pit stop phase.
I agree.
To Marius. And Jan Spammers as well. I've got to say, Jan has had a phenomenal race. Didn't do very well in qualifying, and has made the most of his race pace. I tell you what, all the way up into 5th now.
Nick, have a look at our man Dirkbrand. He's also pitted. He's in and out. He's comfortably in his own race in a mid-pack 11th position. This is the gentleman who was complaining because he was too quick in HLQ and thus got bumped out of Div 2 up into Div 1, and he's in 11th.
I mean, there's not many drivers who complain about being too quick. I'd love to be that sort of pace. Maybe Jacques Buerta has that problem. I don't know, but I've never, ever in my life complained about being too quick. And Div 1, like, get yourself in there, and you've got a chance. You've got to be in it to win it, chaps.
Definitely.
I'd much rather finish last in Div 1 and at least have that opportunity to get up in there, because you never know what will happen. You never know. It looks like Marmegi's had a real problem. He's 20 seconds behind 19th Leroux, so there must be something going on here with Marmegi. It's very interesting. Teammates, of course, with Matthew Boy, and being in the same team as them, I obviously have a few sort of inside bits of information. And I know that both Marmegi and Matthew prefer very different setups. Matthew prefers a really stable setup. I think Marmegi likes to go a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
I tend to side with Matt in terms of my own driving preferences. But as I say, Marmegi something must have happened. He's really fallen off the back.
Look, for that amount of a gap, he must have had a huge problem, similar to Duggan, who had spun off earlier. Yeah, so that's all I can think of. Or he's running a Ferrari engine,
Could be running a Ferrari engine. I mean, he is Italian, so. But don't mention Ferrari around him.
No, let's not. Just watching Grasser in his Gunston livery car, running around 17th place, just behind Andy Walbolt.
Also a man who's had a bit of a tumultuous evening. We saw him running a bit further up, and then a couple of mistakes, but still. With Walwall just up the road, there's still plenty to play for.
Yep.
Ooh, it looks like we've lost someone. 4th position has disappeared.
Agreed.
Oh, Clue. No,
Lionel Clue.
Why is Clue jump? There's something wrong with our timing screens, because Clue shows in 2nd position, but I don't think he is. I think something's gone a bit wonky there with the timing.
Oh, let's wait and see. Okay,
it's now reset itself.
Yep.
But in fact, he is very close behind Corne Breed. He's very close behind Skuman. So
he's doing 144.7s to their 145s. I mean, you can see them ahead. He's definitely closing in, and this is for 3rd place. So Corne's going to be watching his mirrors and watch this progress.
Can we have a tyre check there, Alan? What are people running now that we've come out of the pit stop phase?
Jacques Buerta hards, Skuman and Breed on mediums, Clue on mediums. Spammers on hards. I don't know, back on. Stoppel, Van Rensburg on mediums. Pretorius and Boy Azevedo on hards. Brand on mediums. Oosthuizen, Lindsay Ray on hards. Skywalk on mediums. Duggan on mediums. Walbolt on hards. Sparks on hards. Leroux on hards. Marmegi on hard. Grass on hard.
Oh, Pretorius. Let's go with Pretorius. He is only 0.3 of a second, and we're going onto the straight. Van Rensburg made a couple of mistakes in the technical section beforehand, and that took the gap all the way down from 0.8 of a second to 3, and that is now going to give Pretorius a slingshot. What is he doing? He's stuck in it. How is he stuck in that slipstream?
Yeah,
He's
I don't
backing
know.
off. He's backing off. You can hear him. He's
I
that
know,
is
yeah.
that is clever. I know you see what he's done there.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the oak to come back at him. Wow.
He's lifting so that he only gets one shot at that pass, and the guy can't come back at him.
That was very well done, Gerard. Goodness.
Bjorn
Get
Buchner
that
saying an
Annabelle.
internet failure for
incredible.
Grasser there.
Oh dear.
Marco Grasser's in the pits, internet failure, so maybe it's a disconnect.
Oh, that is unfortunate, but yeah, I see he's just disconnected.
Oh, there it is.
The load shedding demons are hitting some people tonight, unfortunately, but I'm still loving that Gerard Pretorius. That for me, okay, maybe the double slingshot, but for me that is a move and a half.
Yeah. Well, we're watching Janssen van Rensburg as he goes around. Let's see if he can close up and do the same thing back at him.
Yeah, as I say, it was a mistake or two by Janssen van Rensburg. So let's see if Pretorius does the same.
Jason on the YouTube also saying Buerta obviously has his prep well organized and well executed. It's that gap to Skuman 12.6 seconds and kind of static there. So Jacques Buerta's he's just managing the race from the front.
Yep, as he should. He knows he's got the pace. He's going to keep it nice, consistent. He'll go quickly because you don't want to try and go slowly. You want to just go at a natural pace. You want to be in a natural flow.
Yep. Now this was a 6/10 as they came onto the Mistral, and it's not getting any closer. In fact, it's staying the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much staying the same. I'm not surprised. As I say, you kind of need to be 4/10 and then you'll get a really good tone.
I think that's the magic number. You hit the nail on the head, Nick. Anything bigger than 0.4, maybe 0.5 and upwards, you are not close enough. You're in the dirty turbulent air, and it's not going to work.
Corne Breed doing a lap that's 0.4 of a second quicker than Skuman. Clue 0.3 of a second quicker than Breed. So they are closing the gap to each other a little bit. Still not quite good enough for a proper battle as yet, but I tell you what, the adrenaline will be pumping in these cars.
Definitely. And
one mistake and it's
that's it.
there.
I was just going to say that Skuman must go wide on one corner or lock up or get a little bit of a tank slapper, and Corne Breed's going to be there. And as I say that, they both run a little bit wide as they come onto the back straight.
Yeah. And that has allowed Clue to close up a little bit. He's obviously not, close enough.
No.
To get the toe, but
a second,
still.
but
looking back again at Janssen van Rensburg coming onto the same straight. Yeah, 0.8, not enough, my friend.
So down to just on 8 minutes of this race left. The evening has flown by already.
Yeah, goodness, these races always do go very, very quickly. Azevedo trying to take Matthew Boy for 9th at the moment, but again, that 6/10 barrier is not helping him. Closest battle on track at the moment. Yeah,
Azevedo looking at the back of Matthew Boy.
Yeah, you can see he's just in the slipstream now, right at the very end of the straight. So it's closed now down to 4/10. But as I say, it just wasn't enough to start with. So that little hooking through there, if you run super wide on the left, you can get a nice straight line.
You see him actually taking a different line in there. Ryan was trying to just close up on the back of Matthew and took a complete different line and tried to just, big break around the inside apex. But
yeah, it does seem like there are multiple lines that people like to take. Whatever they feel more comfortable with. Guess we need to look at Jacques Buerta to see what the true quickest one is. But I tell you what,
sure,
the gap
this is a quick lap.
Skuman, yeah, that is growing, and I think it's because Skuman's more concentrated on Bread and Clue than he is on catching Buerta. I think he knows Buerta's gone.
I'm sorry, I'm still trailing around with the Azevedo, and he is now half a second on the back of Matthew as they come down to the start of the Mistral Straight. So
Matthew locking up and getting that all kinds of wrong. But he's managed to keep that gap at the 7.5/10th mark.
He did.
So expect this to kind of stay as is and possibly come down right at the very, very, very end.
Yeah. I mean, before, after the start-finish straight, he was 4/10ths back. So the last couple of sharp corners through the first sector, Matthews managed to egg out enough to get a gap. Van Rensburg up ahead, he is half a second off the back of Pretorius again. So there's little dices reappearing.
Yeah, as we come into sort of almost 5 minutes left.
Yes.
See how wide Matthew goes through there. Very interesting line. Very interesting. Ooh,
Brett and Clue.
Brett, I think, made a mistake.
He did. He's very slow going. Yeah. He had a little wide moment, or he ran wide or slid, but he has got back up to speed now. But Lionel Clue's 2 seconds up the road already. So
yeah, that's going to make BWR smile from ear to ear. They got 2 drivers on the podium, Buerta and Skuman. Sorry, Buerta and Clue. Skuman BWR. I can't remember. Apologies. I think he might be, actually.
Yeah,
yes.
He is. Yep.
It's a BWR podium here, guys. All BWR. I can't quite believe that. That's incredible. Well done, team.
Wellbolt and Skywalker swapping positions in 15th and 16th. In fact, these three are pretty close. Wellbolt, Skywalker and Sparks, they're all within a second of each other as they go onto the back straight.
Yeah, once again improving at SimRace SA that you can find a battle no matter where you are on track.
Exactly.
And often that's so much what racing is about. It's just having a battle and having, fun on track with some good people. It really is for so many people what racing is all about. There can only be one winner.
There can
be a lot of fun had by all.
Yeah. There's old Zander on the YouTube channel. Yes, BWR. Okay, Zander, you can calm down now, okay?
He's a proud father, okay?
Yes.
Azevedo's now really all over the back of Boy. There's only 0.5 of a second as they go over the start-finish line.
Nick, let me put it to you this way. If this 21 or 22 team BWR thing didn't come first, second and third, I'd say they were doing something fundamentally wrong, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got a team that big.
Exactly. I mean, sheepers. This is a David and Goliath with a couple of the other teams. I mean, there's one PWSR car on the track, and he's down in 15th against 42 BWR cars. Oh dear.
Yeah, a lot of people have decided to join them rather than beat them. But Oosthuizen and Lindsay Ray swapping positions.
Oh, Javan was far out there.
Just getting in the slipstream now with Boy, but it's definitely going to be too late. Boy weaving a little bit.
Duggan's also gone past Oosthuizen, and he's now weaving back up the back straight to break the toe.
Ooh, trying to go around the outsiders to Azevedo. Boy having none of it, sticking to his inside line. Doing very well. Ooh, that was close. That was close, Ryan. I don't know where the move is going to come from there, but...
it was a dive bomb from previous century, that. Zander saying top engineers, top drivers, and a fantastic crew. Yep. It's awesome, buddy. Well done.
Can't fault you, Oaks.
I'll tell you what, Azevedo is going to have Matthew in the next lap at least. If he's got this gap onto the back straight, they're done.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a couple of tenths quicker than Matthew every single lap for the last few laps now, and that's produced what you see right now. Matthew running all the way wide, just trying desperately to keep Ryan behind him at this stage. Don't have a go here, Ryan. Just wait for your moment. Wait for the moment. You know when it is. Here we go. Get that drive. Matthew's not had a good drive out of there. Oh, he's run wide though. Oh, and that's pushed him further back. Unfortunate. That is a definite mistake from Ryan.
So he was half a second as they got onto the straight, but the gap is now slowly coming down.
Yeah. It's not going to be enough again. He's going to have to try and go around the outside this time as well.
There'll be one more lap though.
Yes. One more lap to try and make a move. Locking up into the corner.
He's certainly trying. It's not over. Look at Lionel Clue as well is under a second behind Skuman.
Oof. Tell you what, that would be an epic move right at the end.
And they're coming down onto the straight, so I'm just going to watch them as if this gap is close enough.
Yeah.
Oh
no, he's made a mistake. That is a mistake.
Well, in saying that, he's not that far off. No.
Yeah, no, he's done it right. Actually got decent drive. There's the 4/10. Skuman knows it as well. Look at the weaving. Look at the weaving. Get out of my slipstream. Get out of my slipstream.
He's all over up the back straight. We're on board with Lionel Clue, who's just trying to go. Which way? Left, right, left?
He's just trying to break that toe.
There it comes.
It worked. It definitely worked. He's going to have to try and go around the outside if he's going to make a move. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. He's going to cut back inside to get a slingshot through here. But if Skuman knows what he's doing, he'll cut it off.
Sorry guys, we're not even going to bother with Jacques because he has won this race, but there are races going on behind him here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is he going to throw it up the inside?
Oh! I'll tell you what, Zander's on the end of his seat watching this.
Zander is busy having a heart attack right now.
And the Azevedo swapped positions with Boy, and somebody's turned around there.
So Skuman takes that. As Azevedo did get it, as you say, right at the very end.
Matthew Boy trying to get back at Azevedo. Oh, he ran deep.
To happen, doing everything he can, doing absolutely everything he can. Zander, remember we need to have a chat with your drivers, please.
Yeah. Marius is already disconnected, so he's going to go and get a certificate. I'm going to go and try and find our man Jacques, so give me a little bit here.
Yeah, no problem. So that's Ryan that goes over the line in ninth. So we had Borta in first, Skuman in second, and Clue in third. Made our podium. Then Briet, Spammers, Stoppel, fantastic from Stoppel, a newcomer, very well done. Pretorius, Janssen van Rensburg, De Azevedo getting ninth right at the death there. Boy, Brand doing very well, having moaned about how quick he was in getting into Division 1. Lindsay Ray in 12th, Duggan, Oosthuizen, Warbold, Sparks, LaRue, Skywalker, and Marmegi making up our final finisher. So really very, very well done to everyone tonight. I hope people have enjoyed this GP series. I've got to say, as a commentator, it seems like these guys are getting better and better every single season. Really, really top-notch stuff from everybody involved. I think most guys are getting some kind of baseline setup. They're getting the understanding of the car. They kind of know what they're in for now. Yeah. And it's just making the racing so much better. I've got to say, Paul Ricard as well. Wow, what a track! I was not expecting it to be this good. I was expecting a little bit, but goodness, that was proper.
Mr. Buerta, are you there, sir?
I am here.
First in the race and first into the commentary booth. Well done, my friend. Another fantastic result for you.
I say thanks.
Yeah, how did you find it today? You seem to be, again, I mean, we're sort of used to it, but you were absolutely out with your own. I mean, qualifying, you were well ahead of everyone.
Yeah, I had quite a bit of pace in quali, I saw.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing about quali I noticed is a lot of people in the 43s in HLQ, a lot. And even in practice, we were watching loads of guys, and we saw yourself get into the high 42s, and then come qualifying, that pace didn't seem to be there from anyone. What do you think happened there? What do you think was just nerves?
No, I think the track changed a bit. Maybe the temperature. I'm not sure. I didn't watch what the temperature difference was between the two sessions, but it was definitely slow in the second or on the qualifying session.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So that's very, very interesting, because I was wondering about that. As I've just pulled in Marius Skuman as well. Welcome, Marius, and congratulations to you on that second position. It was difficult between you and Clue right at the end, hey?
Was very nail biting.
I'm sure Xander was biting his nails as well in the YouTube chat there. But how did you find the race?
It was tense. In the beginning, I had a bit more pace. The second stint, I made a mistake during my pits. I overshot the pit stop, and then I had to reverse. And then somehow my gears got stuck in reverse. So when I pulled away, I went a bit backwards first.
Oh,
So I think there I lost about 5 to 6 seconds to Jock, which made it all very close to Lionel. First Cornet and then Lionel. So only happy to finish second.
I mean, now that you mention it, I do remember you overshooting the box and having to reverse. I remember watching all of that on board with you. But having said that, it's very interesting, because Jacques, you must have had a really bad pit stop, because when you went in, you were about 12 and a half to 13 seconds ahead of Marius, and when the pit stops were all done and dusted, Marius was 11 seconds behind.
Mine was quick. I didn't do anything wrong, so I don't know.
Okay, that's very interesting. Could have been a timing problem.
Maybe.
We did see we did see Lionel jump into first position towards the end of the race out of nowhere. So
Yeah, maybe there was a problem.
yeah, could have been. Could have been.
on the YouTube channel, gents, and Sharon Skuman, Marius. She's saying well done to her hubby, Marius. And Nizar Rahman's asking, does Buerta drive with a joystick or a G29? What's the answer, Jacques?
Keyboard.
We got a nice certificate up on the YouTube screen for you, Jacques. So well done for finishing first in the championship again.
2020.2A. Well
Yeah.
done, my friend.
Great
Okay,
effort,
thanks,
buddy,
guys.
and superb consistency and doing all the work that you needed to do. And obviously some awesome teamwork from the BWR guys. So great stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Marius, thank you as well for all your effort and help on this, buddy. And to Sharon, thank you as well for the artwork and everything else and the certificates. Nick, anything else from your side, sir?
No, just to once again congratulate you guys on a fantastic season, fantastic results, and to thank you as well for providing us with such excellent racing.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks to you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much. Thanks, guys. So we'll be back then again on Wednesday evening for Division 2's final round, also happening at Circuit Paul Ricard, and I'll be running that stream live for SimRace South Africa as well. So from my side, thanks to everybody on YouTube for joining us. Nick, from your side?
So again, say thank you to everyone for joining us for the whole season. It's been wonderful to commentate on and watch with everybody. It's always a pleasure to try and entertain you guys a little bit for Monday night, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
Yes, we will. Thanks very much, and have a good evening. Cheers from me.